I shall begin. So, thank you, everyone, for sticking it out for months and months on end, and trial and error, and then character creation, and all of that madness of trying to get everybody to have a character that they like, and so on and so forth, and have it make sense. And I know some people, weren't really sure of what to do because they didn't know their species well. And then on top of it, when you go online to look at their species, it's like there's not that much information on them. So I appreciate you guys sticking it out. Okay, so it has, from our last session, it has been a month. So a month has passed, and it is a full year now. Exactly, not like to the date, but pretty much closely a year after the Drake has been, the previous Drake crew was killed. And now, a few months after the most recent class of Starfleet Academy graduated just a couple months ago, they're now about to launch the new going of the Drake. Another launching and christening of the Drake under a brand new captain, Captain Knightley. And there's a lot of, just kind of a lot of people talking and very curious to see what the Drake, what happens this going of the Drake. The previous Drake had been around for a number of years. It was just like any other vessel out there. It wasn't necessarily like a incredibly well-known ship. It was a part of the fleet like any other ship, and nothing super special about it. But then they became the first ship to put in the new Warp 7 engine. And that was a big thing. That was a really big event. So we all know what happened. We learned that the crew all died except for, I guess probably at that time, he probably was Lieutenant Commander Jahan. We learned that he was the only survivor, and that everyone was dead, and that Admiral Tunn, or Professor Tunn of Starfleet Academy, has been reported missing. Presumed dead, but no, there was no recovery of his body. So, okay. Let's go over here. So for anybody watching Star Trek Enterprise, if you've been watching it, this takes place 18 years after the last episode airs. The last episode that was aired. Okay. So I'm going to have Caleb and Ashley. I'm going to have both of you guys be at Starbase. I just gotta get this right. Starbase, I think it's 2. No, we're so wrong. Starbase 1. That's where you guys are going to be. So you two are going to be there. Caleb will have left the Copernicus shipyards where you were last a month ago when we did this previously. That's where you and Jahan were. You were on the Copernicus shipyard, which was on the moon. I don't think I said that in the last thing, but that's what the place is called. So you went from in a month's time of shoring up and like retesting the Drake and making sure that everything was a-okay. You were sent to Starbase 1 to wait for the Drake, the ship itself, and you and all the other engineering crew and everybody else was sent to Starbase 1 to wait for the launching. And Ashley's character, Dr. Ray, had been there the entire time. She was stationed there, and she is waiting to, basically, she's now been putting all the things that were on Starbase 1 that her that Lieutenant Silva and her discussed. She has now been placed onto the ship and in her sick bay. So she is either Ashley, you can either be on the base waiting for launch, or you can be on the ship. It doesn't matter. You can be like in your quarters or in the sick bay. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you would like. So I'm going to leave you, Caleb, and you, Ashley, if you guys want to say something or do something after the other scenes have concluded, then just let me know, and we'll just play them out. If you don't, it's fine. We can move on. It's not a big deal. So are you going to have some time to like think some things out? Okay.
Hey, Will, can you just remind us of the name of this episode?
Oh, yes. Very good. Thank you. This episode name is Evocation. 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 Or I don't think it's evocation. I don't think that's how you would say it. Evo, yeah, I don't think so. Maybe.
Evoke.
Evoke.
I evoke, you evoke, yeah.
He, she, vogue. It's basic third grade SpongeBob.
Okay. So I'm gonna mute you all, and then if somebody wants to talk, just unmute and talk. That way everybody can hear. Unless you want to say something, Caleb. I see you're sad.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna mute just so only my audio, so everybody can. I just want everybody to hear it.
So also, Will, just
nope, it's too late.
I'm not
You're
muted
muted.
yet.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I just want to make sure I have, because we forgot to set the screen the way you wanted it. So on my screen, I have me, Michael, John, and Ashley.
Oh yeah, we forgot to drag
Andy,
it. So
Caleb, you.
So can you drag them? Can you do that now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it would go you
Mm-hmm.
in the left corner,
Mm-hmm.
Mike,
Mm-hmm.
John, and Ashley,
Mm-hmm.
Caleb.
Caleb comes first. Over. Okay.
Oh no, Andrew, then Caleb. Sorry.
That's what I thought. Right. That's what I had. Okay, I had it right. Okay, now you can mute me.
Okay, and then am I in the bottom right?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. That's too late. Okay. So okay. So we're gonna have. Just gonna make sure I get everybody. So Andrew, you're gonna be waiting. We're gonna have you. You're gonna be on a shuttle coming from Starbase 1 to Earth. That's like where you are in transit right now. So as this scene plays out, you are like on your way to Earth, which is it's like a 6-7 minute thing. It's not that long.
Oh, I forgot to text you. So I was going to be stationed on Starbase 2 instead.
Okay.
Because that makes more sense.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so then I'm gonna have, it's gonna be the captain, the second in command, and chief engineer Jahan have all been requested to come to Admiral Rossi's office before you are given the okay to go to Starbase 1 and go to the Drake and begin your new frontier into the unknown. So we're gonna have so unless you, John, or you, Mike, want to have a scene together or independently, I'm gonna cut to Adri. She's gonna have like a private scene, and then we're gonna push you all together.
1 sec, I just have to grab something for Eric. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No problem.
I like how the wife gets put up first. Fresh meat.
Absolutely. Well,
Gee, Faye.
well,
Of course,
you wanted to be captain.
true. Okay, I'm muting myself again.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I like that my big shiny face is on your thing, Caleb. Yep.
Yeah, it's got to be the GM.
Yeah. Nobody.
What's the year?
What is the current year? The current year? It's 2173.
2173.
So 12 years after the Federation has been formed. So 2172 was the I don't want to say destruction, but basically the demise of the previous Drake crew. And this is about July. It's about July 2073. And we're in San Francisco. That's where we are, because that's where it all takes place. Starfleet headquarters. Okay. So. All right, Adria, you ready?
Let's do this.
Okay. So you've come off the shuttle and you are walking across this really large, it's like a big enclosed kind of almost like a convention type interior, like if you inside of a building where they hold like conventions or Comic-Cons or anything like that. It's like a big, really tall ceiling, all these glass panes, right, facing like a garden and trees and outdoor, and you can see the Golden Gate Bridge. It's over here, like on the right, like way off in the distance. You can see it. And like on the main floor is the big insignia for Starfleet and the United Federation of Planets. All these logos and all these banners are hanging. It's a very prestigious, you are in the headquarters of Starfleet. Really, basically the United Federation. You are at the place. So you're heading to Admiral Rothy's office. His room is just in a series of rooms down a corridor after you cross this big, I don't know what the word would be, but I don't know if it's not like a vestibule, but it's like a huge opening. So you would cross this big thing. You go into this corridor, and right before you can see, probably a few 30, 40 yards down at the end of the corridor is your your executive officer, Ashrev Arhat. And you can also see your chief engineer. You can see Commander Jahan. You can see them, but they're way down at the other end of the thing. And they're standing there, sitting down outside of the Admiral's office. And just before you get around the corner to like fully complete into the corridor, you kind of get like slightly kind of like tapped on the back of your arm, like your upper shoulder. And you turn around, and it's a gentleman that you know. He stands about 6 foot, and he has a big mustache, kind of like a Tom Selleck mustache, and he has black mustache and his hair. He's tan in appearance. He's human, and you know him as Admiral Barnabas Chapman, and he's been in your corner since your entry into Starfleet Academy, and you can tell by his face that he is very happy to see you. He does not look concerned or bothered in any way, and that he's very happy, and he wants to you can tell from his face that he's looking forward to like talking to you. So he stops and he says, Captain Knightley. He says, wow. He goes, the day has finally come.
Me.
Yeah, if you wanted to tell, you don't have to say it.
Okay. Yeah, indeed it has. Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's really amazing that in just a short period of time, it really hasn't been a very, very long time. I knew that you would be getting to become a captain pretty quickly, and I'm glad everything worked out the way it did. And I really, the only reason I'm stopping you, I don't want to make you late for Admiral Rothy's debriefing. The thing, he's going to go through some points with you. All I really wanted to touch on before I let you go down here is I just wanted to know if you've talked to your first officer about everything, about stuff.
Yeah, we've had a discussion about it. That was one of the first things we brought up.
Okay.
Are you asking me something in particular?
I am. I'm very talking about something dealing with your background, stuff that not.
I see.
I'm only yourself and Dr. Anu and Captain Tinley and myself only know.
I see.
Maybe a smattering others, but not many. Just wondering if you've talked to him about that.
No.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not trying to force the hand there. I just know that when I was a captain once, I just found it good to not keep too many people on my crew in the dark. That's all I want to say, and it's your decision. I believe in you, and I don't think it's anything. It's something that will impede you in any way. I'm just giving you a friendly heads up. Somebody who's been in your shoes and had their own things from their past. So,
Well, I appreciate the advice, and I'll think about it. That's all I can tell you.
that's great. I am so happy for you, and I hope wonderful things. And don't hesitate. Yeah, I got you. You see all the Admiral stuff here, but don't worry. If you want to reach out to me, just reach out to me. You have my contact info. You can talk to me anytime. No worries. And Admiral Rothy, don't worry about him either.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So I'll say to him, I'll say thanks, Barney, and I'll give him a hug.
Okay. Yeah. He smiles really big and he hugs and he kind of gives you that he's an older man. He's probably in his late 50s, early 60s, and kind of gives you this kind of like not necessarily a father, but maybe like an uncle kind of like smile. Like he's very, very familiar, very like family
Nice.
smile. Yeah.
Very unprofessional to hug, but that's okay.
That's okay. That's the kind of guy that he is. He's not like strict and button up and tight, and where a lot of these guys you're going to find that's how they are. But not
That's why he's my buddy.
That's right. That's right. So he waves at you as you go down the hallway, and you progress up to Jahan and Ashraf. So I guess I don't know if I should I call you Jahan or should I call you Zelax, because that's like technically your first name. Like what does he go by?
You're
No,
muted.
don't
speak when you're muted.
Yeah, don't.
You are on mute.
Hello? Sorry, the vacuum of space took my voice. Yeah, he doesn't care. You can call him whatever.
Okay. I just didn't want to refer to him, and if you liked one or the other more than. Okay.
No.
Okay. So you no, I don't want to raise my hand. So, Adri, you are about to come up onto Jahan and Ashraf. Now, I'm going to let you guys have your hallway moment, but you take it as long or as short as you want. Don't worry about it, and I'll let you guys pass that on to you.
Oh, okay.
This is before you go into. You're going like literally the two are standing outside of Admiral Rothy's office.
Okay, so is this the first time I've seen Jahan?
It's the first time you've met Jahan. You've seen him in files. You've
Sure,
reviewed
yeah.
all.
Met him.
He does not look unfamiliar in the slightest because you have being a captain and being talking to the
Right.
admirals, like you are very familiar. But obviously, and you've talked to Ashraf about a month ago. You met him.
Right. Yeah,
So-
that's what I meant. Like, is this the first time I've met Jahan in person?
Yes,
Okay.
in person. Yeah,
Not
and
like-
vice versa.
Is this the first time I've seen an Andorian?
You're blue.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Isn't that what Caleb did last time?
Yeah, that's why I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think instead of like going through the whole thing, I will just say that like I greet them and I shake both of their hands and I say to Jahan that it's nice to meet him and happy to have him on the crew, and let's find out why we're here basically.
Wonderful. It's nice to meet someone else on the crew that knows what an Andorian is.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
as two Andorians stand in front of you. Okay. Okay. And if it's not good.
I'm good.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry if I'm
So-
not excited.
No,
It's
no,
fine.
I just-
Ashraf would be basically quiet unless spoken to. I would greet the captain, and that would be about the extent of it, unless asked a question.
Okay. That's good to know. Good. Okay. So you, Captain, you press the button, the little like thing to enter Admiral Rothy's office, and you hear the little like, and then you hear
Let's go,
enter.
girl.
No, not that. That's not what plays. No, I'm gonna get copyrighted. Okay, so so the doors open, and across the room is Admiral Rothy. Now, I don't think I described any of them to you except for maybe Adri briefly. So Admiral Rothy is also an Andorian. He's it's a room full of Andorians.
Outnumbered.
And he has very short hair. He has very like buzz cut hair, and I just got to pull up his appearance so I get it right. I have it here somewhere. Olent. Where are you, Olent? There he is. Okay, so he has a buzz cut hair, and I don't know what happened, but that's okay.
Don't worry about it.
He has very like 1970s, like late in his career Elvis sideburns.
Nice.
They're short, but they're very prominent, and he's rugged looking, and he's in his late 50s, and he's kind of like this color blue. He's very dark blue. And when you enter the room, all three of you, he has you all. He says, "Please sit down, please. It's good to see all of you.
Nice to meet you, Admiral.
Nice to meet you as well,
Admiral.
Commander.
Hello, Admiral.
Hello, Commander. How are you?
Fine. You?
I am doing well. Doing well. So, to explain why you're here, I know it's pretty standard of Starfleet to meet with the captain and the first officer before the launch. Nothing really irregular there. So I'm sure you, Lieutenant Commander Jahan, are wondering why you're here. It's kind of out of the norm. So I will get right to it. I won't leave the mystery. About 17 hours ago, we had here in the lobby, just outside where you all entered from, we had an individual, really a creature that we've never seen before, entered the lobby. He came, we follow the cameras, and he just kind of appears way off in like the garden area of Starfleet headquarters. And he comes through the garden, he comes through the front entrance and is met by several security officers. He seems not aggressive at all. He seems a little tired and a little disoriented. And we start to speak to him. We have no idea what he's saying. His language is not being the universal translator is not deciphering it well. It's really hard to pinpoint. So I know you're still wondering, but I'm going to show you this video. So he pulls up on the screen and he turns the monitor to face the three of you, and he says, "Here's what we can see. Here's what we know." So he plays the video. And it's a color video, and it's obviously like up on the wall, pointing down into the lobby, the smooth area. Is this, for a lack of a better way to describe it, is a basically an ape, like a chimpanzee-looking creature in robes, almost like like monk robes, but he has all around him jewels, and like he has like a crown. He looks very strange, almost like something you would see out of like a children's book, or just something that your imagination would just make up. He doesn't seem like something you would expect to see.
King Louis from the Jungle Book.
Exactly. So he starts talking, and the best you can hear words. He is saying things, but it doesn't really make any sense, and all you can really make out of it is, besides hooting and like panting that normal apes kind of make, the average zoo ape makes, there's words in there. Now, Jahan, because you are the communications officer and you have a little bit more of a trained ear for this, you've been studying for your new position on the ship, right? Because you were a chief engineer, but then you kind of got like, we're going to put you over here. So you've been getting used to, having to listen to a lot of dialogue and a lot of alien conversation, because that's going to be a part of the issue. So what you can kind of tell, what your ears can kind of tell, is it kind of sounds Icelandic. It's not Icelandic, because the universal translator would pick it up, but it kind of sounds like that. So it's really like long words. It's very weird sounding, and there's all these like pants and hoots through the whole thing. It's like a mixture of things. So as this thing is talking to two security officers, the universal translator can pick up 3 words through the entire conversation. It picks up Drake, Knightley, and Jahan. That's all it picks up. They don't understand what it's saying. So the 2 security guards, nicely, and he goes very calmly. He does not resist. He's not angry in any way. He just seems very frantic. He seems very concerned. They escort him off camera, and that the video ends, and the admiral turns the video back away from you, and he says, do any of you know anything about this? Now the answer is no, but you can play it out if you want to.
Not a single thing, unfortunately.
No.
It's been many years since I've been to the zoo, so no.
Yeah, it is very bizarre of how much he looks like a ape from Earth. So to help your imagination, and I'm not going to do this frequently, but I used AI software,
Oh, good lord.
and I got to tell you,
Oh,
it's really good.
just so everyone's aware, I'm afraid of apes. Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
That was
That's horrifying.
That's horrifying.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Why did you do
Right?
this to me?
Isn't that?
That's really
incredible.
cool.
So
Future.
Gosh.
So that's what an AI, those like crazy
Wow.
things that make AI stuff, that came up with that. And
That's cool.
originally I didn't envision him having like a headpiece. He was just supposed to have like jewels around his neck, but it's too good to pass up.
So the AI came up with a crown.
Yeah, the crown, yeah. All I said was an ape in robes wearing jewelry is all I said.
Sure. That's one does.
Yeah, normal.
That's so horrifying.
Yeah, so there we go. So that's what you all basically saw. I mean, you didn't see him that close up, but you could see him down, because it's like a security camera, so it's more of like an angled shot. So, okay. He says, okay. I couldn't imagine that any of you knew anything about this, because basically, if you knew something about it and we didn't, I don't know how that would happen. But the unfortunate news I have to tell you, which makes it more concerning, is he was taken to Starfleet intelligence to try to break down his language and to understand what he is and how he came here and how he got to Earth. There's no shuttles. There's no anything. There's nothing. It's like he literally just walked out of the tree or the bushes. And we don't have any idea why or where he came from. After he was taken to Starfleet intelligence, he got ill. And we don't know, we don't know what caused it.
Monkeypox?
I don't think it was monkeypox. I haven't heard that officially.
I have a 1 in medical, so I don't know.
I don't think that's in the official report, but it's possible. But 6 hours ago, it died.
Oh my god.
I
So it's
regret
dead.
my earlier statement.
That's okay. That's okay. So that's why we brought you in, Lieutenant Commander Jahan. He says your name, and that's all we have. We don't really have any reason. He obviously knew about the Drake, and he knows you two. Why he knows you two, why he was asking for you two, we don't know.
Why were we
And-
not called earlier so that we could meet him? Was it security reasons, or just couldn't get here in time?
We were trying to contain him, and it was during the early hours. Because this is like 8 o'clock in the morning. So he died at like 2 a.m.
All right.
Was there anyone else that he could have come in contact with?
He came in with a lot of contact with security and medical and intelligence officers, but no one on any of the footage. We watch him go the entire way, and the reports, nobody interacted with him. Nobody did anything to him to give him a hypo spray. It just seemed like he had some sort of possible reaction to. And we're still waiting for the report. The doctors are still doing the report of what caused his demise. We don't know. We don't know if he had a reaction to something or he got sick. We don't know what happened to him, why he died. As of right now.
Has the area, so on video footage,
Mhm.
he just appears out of thin air?
Basically.
Has
We
the
don't
area
see him.
been-
We don't see him appear, but where he comes from, there is no path. There is no it's not like he came from the woods and on the other side of the woods, he could have walked through it. It's basically like there's a wall and a set of like bushes and trees and shrubbery and like plant life, and he just shows up.
So has that area been scanned for anomalies?
It has, and that area. All we have is very, very light, like radiation. There's some sort of energy there, but
Which isn't normal.
which is not normal, but it's very light. It's very, very light, and it poses no harm to organic life. It's just like dynamic energy. It's very like exotic energy. It's nothing.
Maybe
Anything.
from however he beamed in or something.
That is the assumption. However he appeared is that type of energy reading is the cause of it. How it's the cause of it, we don't know.
How was the health of the personnel he came into contact with?
Mhm.
All fine. Yeah. No one has any colds or any issues. Not that we've had. I haven't heard any reports from Starfleet Medical yet. I don't believe there's anything that I've heard that anybody had some sort of like issue or, some sort of like vaccination or some sort of medical procedure that, if he didn't have, like it could have caused an issue. It's possible.
Was his
Just
body, like, did they find anything on him as far as like communicators or weapons or information of any sort?
This is the interesting thing. He has a communicator of this from us, from
Our
Starfleet.
communicator.
He has a Starfleet communicator.
Okay.
Where did the communicator come from? Do we have a reference to what ship it came from or who he got it from?
We do. The Drake.
Should I come again now? I see.
And when we go to match up the communicator with the Drake, that communicator is on the Drake.
Huh. Is it
So-
possible that there's an alternate universe with the old ship and crew in it?
That
Or there's
seems
such-
like a lot of monkey business.
It does.
Respectfully, yeah.
It does.
Is there
Yeah.
any evidence of tampering?
No. You mean is the communicator tampered with to look like it came from the Drake?
Correct.
No. It is a, for lack of for any other way to explain it, there are two of the same communicators. There is the one currently on the Drake and the one in Starfleet Intelligence. It is like having it is two communicators. It's not like having them. They are identical.
That makes me think that there's like a whole nother, I don't know, like I guess not a timeline, but like it's stuck in the past or something. And two things are existing at once.
Sure. I mean, there's a whole host of things. We've dealt with some things before. We've dealt archers. People dealt with temporal issues. We've had to concede by what happened to him himself and crewman Daniels. It is time travel and things of that we know are now possible. Though the Vulcan Science Academy denied it or believed it was impossible, there's been too many things that have happened. So
Yeah.
we just don't understand any of that. We don't understand how any of that works.
So when everybody died, I assume that theory was looked into.
When the previous Drake crew died?
Yeah.
Did they like disappear in a timeline? Is what you're saying? Like, did they?
Yeah, was that theory like tossed around when they were?
I mean, it was something that they did discuss, but all the bodies were there. The bodies didn't disappear or anything. They were all of their brains essentially were affected. They were like fried. So
Okay.
there was basically connecting dots to the show. We don't know what made that happen to them, but it's more pinpointed to as it's this type of thing had to happen. We just don't know where it came from or why it happened.
Nothing suggested a temporal anomaly on the previous iteration of the Drake, as far as any investigation that I've been involved with.
Right.
Okay.
Regard.
Yeah.
So, because I don't know, I guess this is somewhat in character, somewhat out of character, but
Yeah,
I'm
that's
kind of wondering, and I don't know how, if Miley would have known this already, but my question is, when the people died in the previous, whatever we're calling it,
The Drake, yeah, that's fine.
the Drake,
previous.
when like there were autopsies done, was it like a quick, like instantaneous death, or like was it a slow? I mean, Jahan would know too about.
It wasn't instantaneous, but it also wasn't like dragged out for like minutes upon minutes. Everybody pretty much died within 1 to 2 minutes, if that.
But there was like no indication that something bad was happening. All of a sudden, people just dropped dead.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember that. Okay, thanks.
That's what I mean, he can recount too. Like,
There wasn't much warning to any of it, just slight notions or headaches, nothing out of the ordinary, but as a collective, if we had known, it would have seemed out of place.
Okay. I wonder if that's the same thing that our ape friend had happened to him.
it's very possible. The preliminaries show that nothing had happened to his brain like them, but they're still, Starfleet Medical is still trying to, he's an alien body. So it's not like they can just
Right.
easily come back and report what's going on. He is
Okay.
foreign. And you're not going to be amazed by this, but when they look into his body, it's not like an ape. It's not like an Earth ape. He has his own set of organs and redundant, he has his own biology, essentially.
Okay. Well, I mean, keep us posted and we'll do the same. If we find anything.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. If we hear anything, we get any more information, you three and anybody else that we discovered that is a part of it, we will definitely be in conversation with you. Yeah. I figured none of you knew, and we didn't know that he was talking about, we were reacting to it, and by the time we got to the footage to see he was saying your names and we got you here, it had already happened. He had already passed away.
At this point in my career, Admiral, Starfleet knows everything that I do.
Understood.
Fair
Yeah.
point.
I can understand that. And I hold no animosity. I was one of the admirals that felt that you should be placed back on the Drake, and I have really no issue with you being back on it. So you can have, you can know that I have no issues. So before I let our engineer go, I just want to cover that the Drake has the new Warp 7 engine. His Jahan's previous crew pretty much didn't get to really experience it. They experienced it for about 20 minutes. And that was about it. And it's all because of our partnership with the Corridon. They were able to help us produce this Warp 7 engine. Again, you all know that we vetted them and looked at them sabotaging it. Nothing goes back to them. They have no reason to sabotage it. They don't benefit from sabotaging. If they did, all it would happen is we would cut ties with them and do no more business with them, and that's how their society and government survives. They're a trading, mining, engine, ship, component building organization, government. So,
Hey, speaking
don't.
of them, has anyone contacted them to ask them if they know of any ape people?
Oh, of 8 people? No,
Yeah.
we haven't. But we will. That is a good thing to do. I will reach out to their leadership and have a discussion with them. That's a great idea, Captain. I'm happy to have any idea to go forth and discuss. And if we hear anything from them, anything of any information, I'll show them the footage. If they know anything, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay, so Jahan, you have my sympathies of your previous crew. I truly can't imagine. We have never had what's happened to you. You are the only, we've lost a lot of ships throughout the years, but we've never had a lone survivor come back. So I don't envy your position, but I know you'll do great on this Drake.
I plan to do so, Admiral. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'll dismiss you, Chief Engineer, and I'll ask the captain and the commander to stay.
I stand up and I bow deeply, and then I leave the room.
Very good.
Of
Very
course you do.
That's great. So I'm gonna have you, Jahan. You're gonna go down the corridor, and you're gonna head to like the shuttle bay where you're gonna wait to go to Starbase 1. And so now Andrew and you, John, if you two want to have a scene, because Andrew, you're going to be landing soon, and he's going to be there waiting. So if you want to play something out, talk to each other, you can. If you don't worry about it. I'm just saying the opportunity is there. Okay, so as the doors close on Jahan leaving, the Admiral turns to you two, the captain and the commander, and he says, it's honestly really hard to imagine that not only to lose, I've lost a lot of good men and women under my command, and I've had to send a lot of men and women to their deaths, not intentionally, obviously, but give them orders that led to them dying, and that's never easy. But to be an only survivor, I can't imagine. And Captain Varsh was a good man, and I know Captain Captain Knightley, you'll do great. We are eager to let things go underway. And
Thank you.
yeah,
We're excited to get started.
absolutely. I can imagine. So we go through the list of your senior staff. This is before I have your whole list here, and I just want to touch on it. So we just met with your chief engineer. We understand. Nothing really more to say about Jahan.
Mhm.
We kind of discussed everything there. You have, interestingly, well, we think a great addition is your medical officer. Your chief medical officer is an Aurelian. I think that's we're really happy that she chose to join and be a part of this. She's worked a lot on Starbase 1. She's been doing a lot of good work there, and some of her methods are a little unorthodox, but we here at Starfleet are fine. We have no complaint with her. I mean, when people are injured and people are hurt and things are going down, she knows what she's doing. She understands. It's just not what we're normal used to, and that's okay.
She's a personal friend of mine, so I'm happy to have her aboard.
Okay, there we go. So that makes sense. We were all curious as to why she took this posting on the ship. We didn't really think that her leaving the Starbase. It just adds up. It adds up. We thought that her posting was interesting. We also on the ship, you also have a fresh cadet out of the academy.
Ensign Clark.
Ensign Clark, yeah. So he's had a really quick understanding of the warp engine, and we've been using him a lot on the warp 7 engine. He's been quite remarkable, and I don't think I have to say it because you both understand this better than normal, but he achieved the rank of ensign pretty quick. I mean, he's been out of the academy for 2 months. Usually you're a cadet or maybe just like even shadowing, but to one, be an ensign, and two, also now be in charge of the engineering, even though Jahan is chief engineer, to be in their hands-on in the engine room. We wouldn't put him there if we didn't think that he could handle himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine so.
That is good to know.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're happy to hear that.
Yeah. You also have your con officer, Ensign Milek. He's been around for a while. He knows the ship very well. And he doesn't really have anything really, what do you want to say, like a incredible background like the rest of your senior staff have. He's pretty boring, as you would say. But that's okay. He likes flying ships. He likes taking care of things.
We like boring.
Okay, good. And then lastly, and I only reason I leave him lastly, and it's not because of him being a poor officer by any means, but I have see this request from your first officer here, a request to have your science officer of your senior crew transferred. And I understand why. I reviewed your first officer's report on that, and like I did with Jahan, just going to cut to the chase. I'm going to deny that. I'm not going to remove him from the ship. I see what he did, and I'm going to speak with him in a little bit. But I vetted all of these officers on your ship. We're intensely watching every single person, not just your senior staff. And I have no reason to believe that anything that Lieutenant Sova did is because, had anything to do with the previous Drake crew dying. The cause of
all of his actions were looked into.
Yes, his actions, though, were unauthorized and but commendable. They were things that I understood what his rationale was. He basically was just trying to study the radiation and the things that may have caused the deaths. And I think his eagerness of trying to get to the bottom of it, if that's even a thing a Vulcans can have, is eagerness, got the best of him. And I think he's just trying to make sure that whatever happened before doesn't happen again. But I will allow. I'm okay with this, Captain. I am okay with this type of investigation. The death of the other Drake crew is serious, and any information pertaining to it takes top priority. So however you feel about it, you can take care of it in your private time, but I don't think it's the place here to discuss it.
I am willing to accept your decision. Going forward, we need to have things in place. Authorization,
Absolutely.
because what he did was inappropriate and put a bad light on him.
I can agree with that. I can agree that it makes him very suspicious and it makes him very questionable. But just in case my findings and my own looking into is wrong, the reports I've gotten from my own men who have gone and discussed with Lieutenant Sova and met with him, just in case the things that they discovered and they came up with were not right. I'm going to meet with him firsthand and look him right in the eye and talk to him. And if I get anything from him, which I don't think I'm going to, but if I do, then at that point I will talk to you two again, and perhaps we will entertain a transfer, but I don't think so. The men I had talked to Lieutenant Silva, I trust.
Understood.
Okay. So this is the point. At this point, he kind of like gets up from his like desk that he's behind, and he goes over to the big. So like the way you're facing, you're looking at him at the desk with this big window behind him. And when you turn, he goes over to the your guy's left. He walks over to the room, and there's like another big kind of like monitor on the wall. He goes to it, and he types in some things, and he brings up essentially the Federation map, the known explored Federation map of like multiple sectors and quadrants. And he says that, and he zooms into the lower sections, and he says that what we're going to have the Drake do is go to these southern, eastern, or southeastern sectors. We're going to have you go and support farther worlds that other ships have had first contact with, or other species have had first contact with, like the Vulcans and the Andorians and the Tellarites. If they we're going to go on outreach to these people that they've made contact with. We're also going to try to expand and push out that direction too. We're trying to encompass as many worlds as we can. We're trying to reach out and help as many as we can. So the main thing we need you to do right now is to follow up on what the U.S.S. Lexington has done. The Lexington is on its way to Jupiter Station for some needed upgrades. So we're kind of swapping the two of you. Lexington was out there doing the work you're about to do, and now they're on their way back to Earth. And you're going to replace them out there. The other two NX ships that are in the area, because there's only 4 of you, is the U.S.S. Avenger, which is used mostly galactic east towards the Romulan neutral zone. They cover that general area. They're kind of they're basically a ship that kind of monitors their space. We've just come from the Romulan War was only 13 years ago. So we're keeping an eye on that space. And the other NX ship mainly stays within the boundaries of the Federation worlds of Vulcan, Andoria, Teller, all of the Noblia, all of those founding Federation planets. They're kind of like a in between. They take small missions to help all these planets out. That's the U.S.S. Defiant. They've been helping the core Federation planets. So the ship you will be in tandem with once they're upgraded is the Lexington. They will be your sister ship essentially. But for now, they're going to be here at Jupiter Station.
How long is that expected to take?
For like the Lexington to have its upgrades?
Yeah.
A better part of a year.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So there's not a lot that we can do, but we're trying to. Basically, the Drake is the guinea pig. We're giving you a lot of the new sensors, the new engine, a lot of new things. Originally, that's what the Drake was going to be. It was going to be all the new things. They were going to be the new ship, but that was put on by hiatus, and the Lexington had to pick up the slack. And they've been out there for over a year with not enough. Just not enough. All the things that they need out there, they don't have. So now the Drake is ready for it, and we're going to have you two switch.
We're ready.
I believe so too. So on your way to go where the Lexington was, we're going to have you stop at Starbase 2. And Starbase 2 is to be completed in 4 months. It's a still newly thing. I think, Andrew, you said to me earlier, you said 2. I think 12 is where we'll put you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep.
That's okay. So 2 is going to be completed in 4 months. And we're gonna expect the Drake to be there because you're going to bring some components and you're going to bring some medical supplies. And they expect you in 3 months.
Okay.
Originally, Starbase 2 was going to be like any other station just out in space that has nothing, it's no, it's not a specialty. It's just a normal base that houses any type of normal thing. But since Starbase 2 has been slowly built and then had a docking ring installed and allowed ships and comms to come up, that section of space has seen an intense request for medical assistance. There's been so many worlds and so many individuals in that section that just need help. So Admiral Foxwell is overseeing the entire base there, and that station needs all of your help.
Well,
And she also, go ahead.
I know Dr. Lalesa will be very happy to go and help people there.
Absolutely. We're happy that she chose to, again, go on the Drake because the Admiral Foxwell is not, she's had no auxiliary medical training outside of the normal Starfleet Academy training. She's not a doctor. So Denoblia has been very, very kind and has sent several medical teams to the station. So Admiral Foxwell has oversight of all of them, but it's primarily run by Denoblians. So it's a Starbase. Pretty much everyone on there is a Denoblian outside of Admiral Foxwell and a few others. So the one thing that we are sad about, and it's not because of us, none of them show intense interest for it. We sadly have no Denoblian admirals. So we'd be happy to put a Denoblian admiral there, but there are none to put. So
someday.
Maybe someday. So Admiral Foxwell is in quite the predicament. So I want you to go and assess if she needs to be replaced.
Okay.
So your orders are to first go to Starbase 12, take on the Starbase components that Starbase 2 needs, the medical supplies, and an engineering relief crew. So when you get to Starbase 2, you're going to be depositing an engineering relief crew, and those crew will stay on Starbase 2, but we're going to have a break. They're going to take time.
Understood.
Okay, so when you get just so you know, at Starbase 12, you'll be reporting to Admiral Narsu.
Okay.
Admiral Narsu is in charge of Starbase 12, and he will oversee the Drake getting all of the needed cargo aboard the ship.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else you'd like questions or discuss before I send you on your way?
No, sir.
Very good.
No.
No, okay, okay.
Sorry.
Okay, well, you two, clear skies, and I look forward to hearing your report, and we will be in contact.
Sounds good.
Very
Thank you,
good.
sir.
You're welcome. Dismissed. So you two leave the room. He goes back and sits down in his office. Do you two want to have a conversation or talk before, as you walk to the shuttle base? Because you're going to meet. You're not going to meet Jahan there if he's gone. If Andrew and Jahan don't have a scene, he's not there. He's gone on the shuttle. He's gone to Starbase 1.
The big question is does the captain know what I was talking about?
Yes, but that's up to her.
Yeah, I don't know how I want to play this. I think I will stop you in the hallway and kind of like, I guess, just ask you to explain why did you do that?
Transferring Lieutenant Sova from the ship.
Mhm.
The previous Drake crew ran into an issue. We don't know what it is. Lieutenant Sova, without authorization, went onto the ship and was conducting scans, possibly doing something else. If it was just me, I am Andorian, he is Vulcan. I have a bias against him just because of that. The doctor had expressed concern about him, so it wasn't just me that was concerned about him. I don't want anything like that to happen ever again, so I will do whatever I can to protect our crew. And
Agreed.
Lieutenant Sova is in charge of all the sensors. There is also another issue that is Andorian that all officers of Andoria know. It's there was a monastery run that was on a Vulcan monastery. It was found by the Enterprise that a group of Vulcans had equipment that was spying on Andoria. Those of Andoria kept on saying, something is going on here. The Vulcans denied it. And I don't want the Drake to turn into the monastery, because Lieutenant Sova is in charge of all the scanners, and he's using the scanners already without authorization.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll have a talk with him myself. Not that I think if he is being facetious that he's going to tell me the truth, but I don't know him very well. I haven't met him yet. So I'd like to have a personal conversation with him.
Yeah, if you want to look it up, it was Gem. That's where the monastery was.
Okay. I will type that into my pad and look it up. Okay. Well, when we last spoke, we did talk about the safety of our crew, and I pretty much told you to do what you felt necessary, so I can't be too angry. However, in the future, if you're going to ask for a request of something like that, I would like to be informed before the Admiral.
Understood.
Thank you. I appreciate you keeping a watch out for our crew. I can't do it alone. Cut.
Okay. Okay, so then we'll have Silva be landing in the shuttle bay. And he lands and he gets out and he has the comm and he hears that he's been called to Admiral Rothy's office. And again, you see the same things that Adri saw, this big area and this little corridor that leads down to his office. And as you walk down, you ring his little like button thing for him to answer the door. You press it and you hear him say, "Enter."
Do I know that he's Endorian?
You do, yes.
Okay.
You've never seen him, but you know
Okay.
that he's an Andorian, but now you see that he is an Andorian.
So I take a moment and then I press the button.
Okay.
And I enter the room.
Okay.
And I walk up. I greet. I greet. Would I say, yeah, I would go, is it morning?
It's 8:00 in the morning. Well, it's probably like 8:45 now.
So the doors are open. I go, good morning, Admiral.
Good morning. Please have a seat.
You wanted to speak to me?
I did. Yes.
So I enter the room and is there chairs or?
Yeah. He says, please have a seat.
Okay. So I take a seat.
So he says, as you'll come to find out, Lieutenant, I am a man who doesn't like to dance around anything. I like to get right to it, as I'm sure you can appreciate. I have a transfer request from Commander Arhat. He has discovered that you have done some unauthorized scans, and you've kind of looked at some crew logs and taken some readings without authorization from any science crew, from any security crew, any medical crew. No one has given you the word to do that. And I'm not here to dress you down. I don't think what you did was deems any type of attitude or any type of discipline. I think you well know that you can't keep doing that, but I understand what your motivation was. And just know that Commander Arhat didn't take kindly, as you can see by this transfer. And he shows you the pad, like he shows you a pad that has like a breakdown. Like you can't read it because it's not, it's not up in your face, but you can tell that it's like a official Starfleet request. It's not like a personal message to the Admiral. It's a very well put together official report of a transfer. And as he shows that to you, he says that Arhat and the captain know. And all I'm going to say is that just don't do it again.
I understand, Admiral.
Very good. Is there anything else you'd like to say here, or anything that you need to let me know?
Not that I'm aware of, sir.
Okay. Well, Lieutenant, I doubt I will be the last person to talk to you about this, and I'll let those people handle it the way they need to handle it. But you have no no need to. I don't know if Vulcans worry, but you don't need to wonder if you'll be transferred. That was never entertained. I believe in you as an officer, sir. So, if there's nothing further, you're dismissed.
Then I stand up and then turn around and start walking out.
Okay.
And then I go outside.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. Okay. So now, if nobody has anything they want to play out, I'm going to transfer to Starbase 1. Now everybody sees. Okay. Good. Okay. So Starbase 1. So the three of you, the captain, the commander, and the lieutenant get on the same shuttle, because the admiral didn't keep him there that long. And you get on the same shuttle and you head to Starbase 1, where Chief Engineer Jahan, Ensign Clark, and Dr. Ray are all waiting. So you get on the shuttle, and it's about a 6 or 7 minute warp flight from Earth to Starbase 1. Now, Starbase 1 is on the outskirts of I think our solar system. That was the word. Our solar system. So Earth's, like, the solar system that we are used to. It's on the outskirts of it. It's a real thing. I know it sounds weird. It's called like the Oort cloud. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it, but there's like a like meteor type of particle thing that surrounds our solar system, and just on the outside of that is Starbase 1. So I will show you what Starbase 1 looks like. This isn't a AI thing. This is just somebody drew this. So ignore the planet, but this is what it generally looks like. That planet isn't there. But that's generally what it looks like. So these little circular pod things on their around, those are the seed pods that we talked about in the previous episode that have various sections of Earth on it. So there's like an Amazon ecosystem, a mountain ecosystem, an ocean ecosystem. These are all parts of the Earth that back during World War III, after that war had happened, a lot of scientists sent sections of the Earth into space, trying to preserve it in case the Earth was destroyed, so that some animals, some plant life could survive. So that's what those things are. They're encased in these orbs, and that's what Starbase 1 looks like generally. Okay. So you've just spoke to the admiral. I'm gonna have Andrew. I'm gonna have Silva report to the bridge. You'll be at your station, waiting. I'm gonna put Jahan in his quarters. I'm gonna put Dr. Ray in sick bay. I'm gonna put Ensign Clark in engineering, and I'm going to have the captain and the commander are in the captain's ready room. So, other than Jahan, the reason why you're in your quarters is because you're having not necessarily like you're not having like a nervous breakdown by any stretch of the means. You're just kind of, I can't think of the right word, but you're very, I guess, solemn. You're sad, and you're remembering. Yeah, you're remembering your friend, Professor Tun. And once you've gone on to the Drake and you're walking on the floors and the deck plating and going down corridors and seeing rooms and hallways and doors, areas that you have already been on, you're remembering a lot of things, and you're remembering your friend, Professor Tun, in your quarters. And so you are soon, after you've kind of shored yourself, kind of brought yourself together, you're going to report to engineering as well. So that's where you all are. And does anybody want to play something out? Okay, I see Andrew and I see Adrian moving. So Andrew, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna talk to the captain about running a shipwide scan.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say that I was fine. So
Oh, okay. Okay. So Andrew, you want to play out a scene where you're asking the captain to do a thing?
Yeah.
I do want to make one statement that plays into the game as well.
Sure.
All security while on duty have phasers on them,
Okay.
and all senior staff who would be on call have
Okay.
either access to or have phasers on them.
Okay. So you're saying for the officers who don't necessarily have a phaser on their hip, that either in their section of where they work or near their station, there's a phaser quickly to get.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I see Caleb's unmuted. Did you have something, Caleb? Or
I just was gonna say maybe I could have a scene with John again.
yeah, okay, that's totally fine. Yeah. Okay. So let's Andrew, before we go to you, since Caleb hasn't had anything yet, we'll let Caleb, and unless you want some time. Do you want time, Caleb? And I can do something with Andy, or
It doesn't. Yeah, they're gonna do Andy first.
okay, do Andy first. Okay, Andrew. So you play out your scene, and we'll go beat by beat with it.
Okay. So where's the captain?
She's in the ready room. She's off. Her and the commander are in the ready room talking, but they're you're on the bridge. So if you remember Enterprise, they're like just off the bridge.
Okay. I'd go over and I'd hit is it the doorbell? I don't know what it is.
Oh, like you're ringing her doorbell? Yeah.
Yes, because I would like to speak to her face to face.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
nice. I'll say enter.
So I enter the room, and so she's at because when you come in, she's immediately right behind the desk, right?
She's to your left is her desk, and Adrian would have to describe what her ready room looks like.
Oh boy, that's not anything I thought of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I forgot that I had special rooms.
That's okay. You can save to describe it later if you want.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I can just say a few things.
Okay.
I mean, as far as like decor, like carpeting and everything is like the same as the bridge, whatever the bridge looks like. I haven't like remodeled it entirely, but there's a lot of books and plants, like greenery, and there's some sunflowers because my friend Lalisa hooked me up with some sunflowers. But yeah, she's a plant and book person, so she's got lots of like green, like hanging plants and stuff, and lots of bookshelves, and then a big like old century, like 18th century old like Queen Anne desk kind of style. And that's what she will be sitting there, I guess.
Yeah, and our hat will be he's on the like there's a part where you can like sit. He's like across the
It's like
across the way.
couches and like ottomans.
Yeah, there's like
maybe.
a little seating area. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
So I
Wait,
enter.
what's your rank again? I can't remember. Like, what do I call you? Just
Oh, he's a
Silva?
lieutenant. I got
Okay.
it down here. It's lieutenant, and my whole name is Soba.
So okay.
I don't have last name.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, okay. Because I don't know what to call people. Like, do I call you Lieutenant Silva or do I just call you Silva? Because they
So
just call
for-
it Spock. I don't know.
So for your reference, thinking about it, basically outside of the ready room or in public areas, everybody's referred to as like rank,
Yeah.
unless you're like buddies.
Okay.
Okay. But if it's like private, it's whatever you want to. You can still call
Okay.
people by their rank, but you can also call him by his name.
Okay. So I would say Lieutenant Silva, nice to meet you. Come in.
Thank you, Captain. I would like to get permission to run a shipwide scan.
Okay. What for?
Well,
Exactly.
as I'm sure as you know, I ran scans before the crew was on board in order to have a controlled scan. Now that there are people on board, systems are running, the warp engine is running, I wish to get another controlled scan. So therefore, if anything changes, it is easier for me to detect.
Okay. All right. As far as like, man, forgot what the term is. Like just preliminary scanning
Yes.
you're talking about? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I don't have an issue with that. I see my first officer has an issue with that. Well, will it make you feel better, Commander Thar, if I tell you to accompany him?
Yes.
Okay, go for it. Yes.
If you feel it is necessary, I suppose you can observe my scan.
He will be observing your scans, yes. Thank
As
you
you
for
wish.
asking permission.
And then I go, if you will excuse me. And I
Absolutely.
turn to the door and,
Oh, and Lieutenant Silva,
oh, yes, Captain,
come back later for a personal chat, shall you?
as you wish.
Thank you. You're dismissed.
So then I take my leave.
And I would get up and walk right behind you.
Love it.
So
Cool.
then I go
Oh.
to the council and I wait for the commander to come up behind me. And now I will do my shipwide. So I'm going to do a task if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to do scan, which is
It should be control science.
is it control? Because I thought it was insight.
You could, yeah, insight's fine too. Yep.
To gain useful data from witnesses or subject of a study, or to devise a rough working hypothesis from incomplete data. Don't remember.
Usually, most of the stuff I've seen, it's control, but insight is just as fine.
Because it could be because it says to perform a delicate experiment or to talk to somebody else through an experiment or complex procedure.
I'm fine with either one. I don't. That
Okay.
don't bother me.
So I'll do insight. It doesn't really matter because they're both 10 for me.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So it's a preliminary thing,
Mhm.
right? There's nothing really.
Nope, I'm just doing a ship-wide scan just to get data of what's happening on the ship for mostly for radiation.
Okay, so let's have somebody else roll for the ship because you're assisted by the ship.
Yes.
So that is whoever wants to roll for the ship.
Have Ashley do it. She hasn't had a chance to do anything.
Okay, let's have Ashley roll for the ship.
If she wants to.
So, Andrew, do you have? I can't quickly find. It's like sensors something, right? It would be sensors and whatever else the ship has.
Oh,
Science sensors.
yes, science and sensors.
Okay. So, John, do you have that, or does she have that on? Or no, eight. Do you have the copy of the ship stuff?
Yeah,
have-
everybody should though.
Okay, so Ashley would be rolling two d20s,
No, one
and
D20.
You don't have to do that.
Oh yeah, sorry, you're right. One d20.
I'm rolling the 2. The ship is assisting, so it's okay.
That's right. She
Just
rolls one d20. Yep, and she's
Right.
trying to get. She's hoping that her dice is equal or under what the science and sensors add up to.
What?
Science and
Science.
sensors.
Does anyone
Okay,
know
so
what
3
the
and
ship's
7.
science and sensors are?
Oh, all right. So
So,
10.
a 10.
yeah.
So if
All
you
right.
roll 10 or under, you're helping me in the task.
Must be a
Oh,
2.
and I'm
Mhm.
using my focus radiation, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I rolled a 2.
Hey,
Nice.
nice.
Good job.
Now,
Does,
does that
um,
count? No, does that count towards my focus, or is it only what I rolled that counts towards my focus?
does the ship have a focus on in sensors?
Hmm. I don't see
don't-
where the ship has any focus. Oh,
Mm-mm.
no. Hull plating, grappler cable, improved hull. No.
Okay, so no, it doesn't have anything.
An extra stat.
Oh, but the refit. We had a refit with sensors.
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll let it be a within its focus, like within it. I'll give it a bonus.
Refit is sensors.
So I got a 6 and an 18. So I got 1 success.
Okay. It was a difficulty 0 because it's just you're just getting it for momentum basically. So
Yes. But how many successes would I get from the ship?
so you got 1 and
I got 1.
and the ship gives you 2.
So we have 3 momentum.
Yep.
I'm moving my Oreos.
I'm trying to figure out if there's anything I can do, because this does play into one of my talents.
That's true. Yeah. I mean you could be assisting him too. Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah.
If you
because
want
one of my
to-
talents is constantly watching.
I think that's only for combat. Let me check it. Let me
Well,
check.
it's looking for danger, I think. Like if he says I'm going to watch for
Okay.
an ambush or something, it makes it easier.
What what benefit does that give you? I just like that. Always watching. Let me look. When you attempt to dash the danger hidden, okay, reduce the difficulty by 1. So that's what it would do. It would reduce your difficulty by 1. It's already at 0. So, but you can roll. I mean, you can roll. I would give you. Let me see what I would have you roll to get more momentum.
Yeah, that way we get more momentum.
Yeah. More momentum.
Adrian gets more Oreos.
Yeah.
We're at 3 right now. Now, does anyone have any questions about the ship?
I'm not smart enough to know any questions to ask.
I just think Andrew is like, is there anything that you want him to specifically look at when
What
he
you scan it
scans?
for?
I'm just doing an overall scan, but I can check for certain things.
While you scan.
I mean, I assume you're checking for like radiation levels for anomalies and
Yes.
stuff like that. So
Unwanted
About all I
passengers.
what's that, Caleb?
Unwanted passengers, stowaways.
That's a good one. Like the Suliban.
Yeah. Or that white worm creature thing.
Oh yeah.
The slime monster.
Ah. I'm so sleepy. Okay. So I would say, Mike, you didn't give him these orders. So I'm going to give you command presence. That's what we're going to have you roll.
Okay.
Which is going dominating.
What number dice do I roll? A
It's
6 or 20?
120.
No,
120.
yeah, 120. Yep.
Okay. 2.
2. Okay. Do you have a focus in anything pertaining to like well, just give me your focuses and I'll tell you.
Well, there's teamwork.
Okay. Well, there you go. And do you have any other ones or no?
I have negotiation, close combat, field medic, persuasion, and cargo operation.
Okay. So it's not technically teamwork because you're not really like working as a team on this.
It's not real spirit of camaraderie going on.
Yeah. So that's kind of why I was like, if you had another one. So I'll just leave it as a success and not give you 2 successes because you're not really like buddy as this happens.
So that's 4
I get that.
momentum though, right?
So 4 altogether. Yeah.
Okay. Do I see anything? Because obviously I'd be watching the scan to see if anything comes up.
No, everything is normal. Nothing weird is happening. The ship is running at optimal. You can see that the engine is running a little different, is running a little more smoothly since it left the shipyards, the Copernicus shipyards in the moon. From the readings that you took when you did it, right? Like when you privately did it to now, the ship is running a little more proficiently. By to a Vulcan, you can see the like 0.008% like proficiency. It's very minute, but you can see that. And basically only Ensign Clark and like Jahan would see that that's a engineering thing. You know what I mean? That's not like you have to look for it. So, but other than that, everything is smooth sailing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking what I did is actually one of my values. Would that count toward anything?
Yeah.
If you want to use your determination.
I think his value would allow him a reroll, right? That would be the only reason he would do that. No, it wouldn't give you. Yeah, it wouldn't give you anything beneficial. It would only be if we needed you. Like, let's say Andrew failed and Ashley failed, and Andrew really wants this scan to go through, and you failed. Then you could use a value to re-roll it.
Okay.
So I think it's okay. Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
if he wants
I
to
can't
use
get
a
much better than
determination
two.
point.
He wants to use a determination for what, Andrew?
Unless he wants to use a determination point and just dominate the room.
Explosion.
Stop.
Jojo.
Okay, is that all you want? Is that what you wanted, Andrew, or was that good? Or okay.
Cool.
So do you and Mike want to? Do you need a scene or no? You're good.
I think we're good. Unless Michael.
Okay.
Basically, he would say the scan is complete, and I'd go, okay, and walk away.
Perfect.
I love it.
Don't believe you.
Oh, I don't trust him, but
Yeah.
if I physically see him do it,
Yeah.
The glaring eyes over
Yeah.
the pointed, hard pointed antennas. And then he's like, okay, all right. And he walks away.
yeah, my character, he'd be staring at him, and then it's like, okay.
Okay. So now we'll cut down to the engineering room.
Oh, I was hoping to go see him up in his room.
Oh, you want to go to his quarters? You got it.
Perfect. I want to be in my quarters.
Yeah, I know you do. So I was just gonna go up to his door and knock on his door.
Bing bong.
Is that the official noise that the ship makes?
Yeah.
Gotta fix that.
I'm gonna
doorbell.
get claimed
Please
by.
answer.
I'm gonna get claimed by Paramount.
I'll put that on the work order. First thing to do for engineering is take the doorbells off. So I knock on the door.
Yes, I need to work on that bing bong doorbell. Enter, please.
Hey,
Ensign,
Chief.
what brings you here?
I just wanted to check in. I know it's the first time that we've both been on the ship together.
Yeah. What do you make of it? What do you think?
It's a beautiful ship. It's got a beautiful engine room, and I think everything's holding up pretty good on it. It looks good.
It does. It's familiar yet very different.
Yeah, I was wondering how you're doing, if you feel weird at all being back on the ship.
I've been in here contemplating eating space chips.
Well, I'm glad your room was pre-stocked with space chips. That's good.
Of course, it was one of my demands.
I should have put those. I should have put those on my work order form too.
It's been humbling to see everything refitted and upgraded.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's very familiar, these halls yet. It's hard to think about the past, so I'm looking forward to the future.
Yeah, I understand that. I hope that going forward everything will be good, and those thoughts will be kind of subdued.
Of course. So you've been to the engine room.
I have been. I just came from the engine room.
How's she looking? The Warp 7.
There's an engine in there, and it's
All right.
it's running. So that's good.
Well, you can't ask for too much more right now.
Yeah. No, the Warp 7 looks great, honestly.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to seeing what this baby can do.
Yeah, me too. I have a couple more things to run down there before we get going. Are you making your way down there today?
Yeah. I was planning on joining shortly. I'm pretty much out of space chips, so.
Good. Okay, so I will see you down in the engine room then.
Of course. Just let me tidy up.
Okay, see you shortly.
Thanks.
Is it everything you ever dreamed it would be?
Yeah, spaceships are good.
Earth delicacy. Space chips.
Yeah, of course.
I grew up with Starbase chips.
Ah. Not the same.
Not even potatoes.
They're made by Utz. They are not. They're just not quite the same.
Us, not Utz. That's funny.
Okay, so we are close to us concluding this session, even though the episode has not concluded, which is fine. That is totally fine. Would you like me to advance to Starbase 12 or leave Starbase 12, the arrival at Starbase 12 as the next thing that we do for 2 weeks from now?
Probably leave it. I mean, it's going to be involved, I'd imagine.
Yeah, that's like now you're going to start picking up. This was all just like preliminary, getting everybody kind of on the ship,
Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems like a good place to cut off so that we know what's up next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, unless something like happens on the way to the Starbase, I don't see a.
No, I mean, unless you guys wanted to play something out before. So I'll tell you now, if nothing's going to take place at Warp 4, I know this is going to be Star Trek-y, but at Warp 4, it'll take you 2 months and 15 days to get to Starbase 12. If you go at 5, it's a month and 7 days. And if you go at 6, it's 22 days. The ship's going to be kind of not happy, right? Even though it's a Warp 7 engine, 6 is like, it's like gunning a car, right? Like a car can go 180 miles an hour, but should you make it go that fast? And then Warp 7 it's kind of like the issue if you've seen Enterprise, it's a theoretical, it has flown at Warp 7, but it's not recommended to do that at long distances. But it will take 12 days to get to Starbase 12. But the engine will need some serious repair. So it's up to the captain's discretion of how fast she wants to get there. And again, Starbase 2 is expecting you in 3 months.
So, because what you just said was a lot of math, I checked
Yes.
out.
That's okay. I'm sure everybody did.
Go the proper amount of speed in which will get us there on time, but will not destroy our engine.
The question I have is, how long does it take to get from 12 to 2?
About the same distance. It's about, which is why they have it going this way. It's basically you can fly you fly to 12 and then it's the same time to 2, more or less. It might be a few hours or a day shorter or longer, but it's not really significant.
Because at Warp 4, you're looking at 2 months.
Correct. It would be
before we don't have enough time if we go warp 4. We have to
Right.
at least 5, and sometimes possibly kick it up to 6, and then drop it back down to 5.
If you do warp 5, it'll take you 2.5 months to get to 2. If you don't spend a long time at 12.
Yeah, but at least if we do 5, we have the extra couple weeks if we need to take
Correct.
a break or something happens.
Correct.
So I would highly suggest shoot for 5, kick it up to 6 if we have good area that we're able to do 6 at, but only for short periods of time, kick it back down to 5.
Okay.
That would be my suggestion.
Yeah.
I see Andrew has got a. He's got
Well, I looked up cruising speed from Memory Alpha,
Mhm.
and it said in 2151 the standard cruising speed of NX class starships was 4.5.
Right.
In 2153, warp 5 became a sustainable cruising velocity that could be maintained for long periods of time for ships using warp 5 engines.
Yeah.
So warp 5 would be completely acceptable to cruise at.
Yeah.
6 is fine. It's just gonna make Ensign Clark. He can't go have a chip
No.
break. He's got to stay in the engine room.
I don't never get a chip break.
On Zoom.
Ensign, are you giving her most of what she's got?
I'm giving it all she's got.
Ah,
So
I basically just have a big wrench and I'm just doing this every few minutes. I'm just hitting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's gonna blow.
I can't do it.
It's quick time events. He's just going like.
Is it like on the Enterprise where like if something bad happens, they have to like walk to the other side of the wall to like push the button, the comm button?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to go to the other side of the room to like mash it and then talk to whoever.
Yeah. I always thought that was funny that you have to like walk all the way over there.
So, are we talking Star Trek?
We are talking Star Trek.
I thought scans show no one on here.
Oh my. Where's Odo when we need them? Bye.
Yeah. Bye. So yeah. So you guys can do 5 is more, like Andrew found. 5 is more than that's not gonna do anything. Even 6 won't really do anything, but it's not like Andrew said, it's not really cruising speed. So
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I say we're as close to Earth as we're gonna get. Let's put it through its paces. Let's just crank it.
7.
you can get to Starbase 12 in 22 days.
Ooh, not worth it.
Then we'd have to rebuild the whole ship once we get there.
Yeah. Well, no. At warp 7, 12 days.
Perfect.
So
Just-
okay, wait.
just-
So who's our oh good lord. Our con officer, is it Ensign Milak?
Mm-hmm. That's a Milak.
And what did we decide? 4?
I
Or
think everybody
4?
said 5. I think everybody said
5.
5.
So I'll tell him.
Yes. Send us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What does the captain say?
What does Captain Knightley say?
Mhm.
Pressure.
Says,
The pressure is mounting now.
yeah. It says Ensign Milak, warp 5.
Yes. Warp
Send
5. Up, 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 up.
And we're out of here.
Gotta work on these ship noises.
So before we totally conclude, I think, does Ashley want to have a scene or is she happy?
Yeah, well, I'm happy to have a scene with
And
Ashley.
I'm just taking care of those who are in need right now.
Okay.
No,
Sounds
everything's
good.
fine.
Keeping everyone stable and alloyed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just the flying out.
Yeah. Keeping
She's
everyone
just
down.
And she's just watering all the flowers in the
Yeah.
mid bay.
Anybody who comes into the
Yeah,
sick
making
bay,
sure my
she's just
sunflowers are.
yeah.
She's diffusing lots of lavender for keeping everyone's anxieties.
Yep, exactly. Including my own.
Perfect.
It's so funny. I picture her as like the medical officer from like Enterprise, where he just like he feeds all the animals like first thing when he gets in there and takes care of all the plants and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
check for all
Yeah.
the plants and everything. Yeah. Cool.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So the ship turns away from Starbase One. Ensign Milek punches in the thing. Do you want me to roll for his warp to get more momentum or no?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, I might as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Andrew frozen in time or is he? Nope.
No, he's not.
He was pensive like a Vulcan. Wow. I thought his computer froze.
He's using Vulcan stare.
He's in character.
No, he was. That's great. Okay. Okay. So he's gonna roll con reason. And Andrew or somebody, let's have somebody roll for the ship. I just don't know what the you're on it? Okay. It's got to be con what engines? Is that a
Yeah.
thing? I can't see it. I need
That
to get one
sounds
of those
good.
sheets in front of me.
You're talking about plotting a course or what?
Yeah, plotting a course. Yeah, for the ship specifically.
Okay, so plotting course is reason and con assisted by computer con from ship.
Oh, computer con. There you go, John.
Computer con says 789, so that's a 9 total.
Okay, you're rolling 1 d20.
Here it goes.
What am I rolling, Andrew? I was rolling con reason.
Wait.
Um,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
And obviously you decide the difficulty. The suggested difficulty is
it's 0. To plot a course, it should just be 0.
Well, it's talking about plotting a course through like an asteroid field.
Yeah, no, he's just. Okay, so I have a 13. I have 2 successes, none in my focus because he didn't roll low enough. Did you get a success, John?
I rolled a 9.
Nice.
And what did you need?
9.
Good question.
A 9.
9.
Okay.
You got
Perfect.
exactly
3 successes.
So 3 more momentum or just 2? Because
So what do you have? 4?
We have
so
4.
4.
So 2 momentum. So
And
you're
we're
at max momentum and you had 1 carryover, but there's no.
Can we use it for something so it doesn't go to waste?
We can use it to ask a question, right?
Yeah, but that's not really anything
Oh.
happening.
Oh, there's plenty. I want to know about that monkey thing.
That's what you want to know about?
Yeah.
There's nothing more to tell you because there's nothing. They haven't found anything.
Were there any barrels in the vicinity? There could be more of them. That's all I'm saying.
There could be a
people.
lot more.
What were his jewels worth?
Well, he
Yeah,
just
really.
came to see me not that long ago when he came in from the side over here.
Yeah.
It is.
How much did his corpse weigh?
A barrel ton.
4
my
stones.
Okay, then that seems right.
I
Barrel
love
ton.
how Will knows I'm terrified of apes, and that's what he decided to do first thing out of the gate.
That's what has to happen.
Yeah.
Space is horrifying.
Of all the animals,
I thought, can we create an advantage with the?
Yeah, you could.
I'm just thinking because it has to do with plotting course. So can we create an advantage?
Okay.
Like make the ship more efficient, or
Okay.
or we find like a wind current and we get there faster.
Well,
There's no wind in space.
Rise the sail, gentlemen.
Here's the thing. If you were going at like 6 or 7, you could say that the ship doesn't have any issues, but you're going at 5, so there's not really anything. Create an advantage.
Can we use it to get supplies, extra supplies?
Yeah, I find a box of space chips in the engine room.
Yes.
That's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. I don't care.
Phenomenal.
You're gonna that's what it is. So it's a cargo manifest of Starbase components, medical supplies, an engineering relief crew, and then several boxes full of space chips.
There you go.
Oh,
Well met.
man.
Well met.
So before I conclude, I know you're gonna forget it because we're gonna do it in like I think anybody who hasn't watched Enterprise, you just got to remember simple things like there aren't holodecks,
Mhm.
there aren't replicators, and like the transporter isn't really like you can use it, but it's still kind of like nobody likes using it.
Very
even
true.
in this time frame,
Yeah, they're not like they'll use it, but it's just like
it's mostly for cargo.
Yeah.
right. But
Not
because
for
of stuff that
humans.
happened on Enterprise and people using it, it's not as scary because people have used it.
Yeah, emergency.
Right. Exactly.
So
Guys,
what did
I
you
keep my money.
replicator? No replicators.
No, there is a chef. There is a person.
Oh,
So there's food stocks.
that's
What
lame.
about how do we communicate with each other through the ship? Because we don't
You
have
don't.
So you either talk on your communicator thing,
Yeah.
or you go to like a thing, like you go over to the wall unit and talk, like you press it and you talk, or you can go to like a quarters or a section and there's like a computer monitor and you can talk on that too.
I
Okay.
use AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh my god.
Yes,
Yeah, that'd still
Yeah.
be a thing. I'm 2173 for sure.
that door. But because it's still a Federation thing, it doesn't go like when somebody comes online. It goes bing bong. That's what happens.
Yeah. No, that's the traditional
Yeah.
door opening sound for space stuff.
hmm
That's hilarious.
You've got door. Oh
Okay.
boy.
Well, this was fun.
Good.
I like the replicators.
I know, but they don't got them.
Why would they get rid of that? I feel like that's such more like it's more weight to have on board for starts. Like all that stock having like food stock.
Yeah. Well, the thing is in Kirk's timeline, they don't have replicators either. They have like food resequencers. So it's like giant protein nutrient things.
Uh-huh.
You
It's
ever
only-
had space chips through a replicator, man? It's just not the same.
Right. So the funny thing is his spaceship, his space chips that he has are not like the computer didn't make it for him. He had to like bring. he had to, like,
Yeah, I know.
request,
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Is there
Yeah.
anything that isn't allowed on the ship?
Like food wise, is that what you mean? Or
Well, food and like, I know Star Trek in general doesn't do the smoking, drugs, things like that, but is
okay, yeah.
Next Generation, they did not have alcohol, they had synthahol.
Yeah.
Well, alcohol is on the ship, but that's at the captain's discretion.
Mhm.
Because things like champagne and wine are on the ship, and probably beer and stuff. But she's.
I don't care what they do as long as they're not getting drunk.
Yeah, I have some stuff tucked
duty.
away, so don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
So it's kind of like if you remember the Kirk episodes, like Scotty had access to stuff. Like it's kind of like that.
I mean, if people become drunkards and it's an issue, or you show up intoxicated, then you're done. But
Murder.
other than that, I don't care what you do.
Shot on sight.
How do you feel about drinking on duty? Duty.
Don't let the
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
The break for you.
Not too many people come down the engine room.
Oh, I just remembered. I forgot
Yeah.
to send it. So instead of it being our whatever, it'll now be our ending.
Hmm.
And then also let me show it to you. And then we'll conclude in this. You'll see it. Don't look at this.
Oh no.
Don't look at anything.
The inner workings.
Okay. I'm gonna play this.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully you can all hear it.
Can't hear it.
Can't hear it.
You have to allow audio. Oh,
Do
I
I?
hear it.
I
Okay.
can hear.
I will take a chance to be who I'm meant to be. I
this the intro?
won't let
Yeah.
fear keep me from trying. It's time for
That's me.
me to make a change, to start living the life I want. I'm gonna reach for the sky, way up high. I'm never giving up. It's up to me to see who I can be, make dreams reality. I'm never giving up. 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 I'm never giving up.
yay!
That's awesome, dude.
Super cool.
And now everybody.
We look so profesh.
So
Is that a spoiler at the end
what's
Pretty
that?
heavy.
for Enterprise?
Definitely not.
No, it doesn't. Definitely doesn't look like Archer's retiring or anything.
No.
Oh, good. That's
No,
good.
not-
That would
no,
be
not-
bad. That'd be bad.
But he's never giving up, Caleb.
It's true.
It's okay.
Well, it's
Never
actually
gives
you
up.
guys, right? They have Face of the Heart. You guys are the ones that are not giving up. Yeah.
We're on a ghost ship.
So I'm not going to play that every time. I meant to play it before we cut to everybody talking to the admiral. I meant to play it, but that's okay. So
It'll
It'll
in the
be-
YouTube vid.
yeah, basically what'll happen is you guys saw it this one time, and then when I go to put it up on YouTube, I'll cut and insert it where it's needed.
Mm.
So
Are you gonna do a fancy pointing or something?
like
Signal
that.
it. So you're like, and here we go. And then
Yeah, I should. Welcome back from the break, right? Welcome back.
Mhm.
You have to leave Eric and doing his sideways head thing in there too. He'll
Yeah.
enjoy that.
I'm just gonna have him say, the Odo thing, and then he's gonna just be a head randomly here, and that's it. And then he'll go, right?
Yeah, we also
I'll just-
had my daughter and niece popping in.
Yes.
True.
A lot of guest stars this episode. A lot of guest
Yeah.
stars.
It's been a pretty.
The family ship.
We had JoJo. So
JoJo.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and what Hunter. We saw Hunter too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's our fourth host.
Mhm.
This has been a pretty star-struck episode.
How is little JoJo?
Good.
He's gotten big already. Even since last time I've seen her.
She kind of got big, and then she kind of stopped getting big.
JoJo.
Yeah, Bean.
Can't even see you. You're so dark.
Say, woof, woof. Thank you.
She's so cute.
She's never giving up.
Little
Little
JoJo.
Bean. She's ready for bed.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Ready for beds.
All right, gang. Well, then we'll see you in 2 weeks as you make your 2 months and 15-day journey to Starbase 12.
So we're playing this in real time, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
gonna be-
Yeah, nobody picked us. We could have been back in 12 days, but nobody picked Warp 7. So
I don't want to kill my crew immediately. This
gosh,
was fun.
good.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
Good.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I know I had a lot of exposition and me talking in the beginning, but
I think that helps.
yeah, Okay.
Gotta
Good.
set the scene.
That's how I.
Yeah.
That's how I feel anyway.
Yeah, plus the more you talk, the less I have to act like an idiot.
Well, I
So-
just feel like it helps. Yeah, it helps roll into the more like you explain, and the more like even when you're like talking as the other character, it helps everybody get like
Yeah.
Yeah, like you ready for it.
yeah.
Just less
Good.
talking from you next time, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
Tired of you
I'm
hogging the
tending-
screen.
I'm tending to sick people right now.
We just have a crew of just a sick. We brought them all on sick. Like we got
Sound of it when we get to
They'll be
Starbase
fine.
2, there's going to be plenty for her to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I assume next episode she'll definitely have more going on.
Yeah, I just didn't know how fast we were going to get through everything, so I was just trying to let it naturally play out rather than just like rush through it. So
Yeah, no, I felt it was a good pace.
Yeah.
I want
I ended it
everyone forced into every scene.
Ham fist them in.
Cram them in.
Speaking of ham,
Mm.
we
Is
had-
is that monkey thing going to be like an overall theme?
Never gonna
Yeah.
hear from it again.
No. I feel like a year from now. Hey, whatever happened to that monkey thing? I don't know. Starfleet, they didn't do nothing about it. I don't care.
He died. It's fine.
Who cares? He's dead.
He's dead. It's weird.
good stuff.
I love that. I love how John made that monkeypox thing, and then he was like, "And he's dead." He's like, "Oh well, now I feel bad."
What you need to do is take the monkey out and put Eric in.
Yeah.
Just cut to your camera of him.
Yes.
This is what he looks like. An AI made this for me, and just
Yeah.
cut to him. Just cut to his face.
The best part is that Eric totally would wear like one of the women's robes and jewelry to come on the show and be a guest star. He would totally
Yes,
do that.
he would.
Yeah.
He would do
Well,
it.
we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
He's dead.
He's dead. Well, he's
That's
dead.
But we
That
should
one's
keep
dead.
him in mind
Are there
for
more?
that's true.
Are there
Yeah.
more?
Sounds like it's an alternate pair of socks.
Pair of socks. Yep. Yeah, you should keep him in mind, Will, for guest stars.
I should. I will.
You have
When
to change
they
that
came
intro.
through the dryer dimension. The
Wow.
Alright,
the parasocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got lost in the dryer dimension.
Look at where I got that from. That was from some like animated show that was like in the same artist as Adventure Time. I think it was like a web series.
Adventure
I'll have to cut
time.
that. Cut it.
I forget what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, guys.
Alrighty.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Till
See you
next
soon.
time.
Till the next time. Yeah.